Why keep your children in for the kindergarten year? It comes up all the time. Because the temptation is always, well, the neighborhood kids, they're all going to the local kindergarten, and at the kindergarten age, I have free school, and I pay taxes for this school, and why should I keep my child in a Montessori school where they've already been there 2 years in the same classroom? Haven't they learned everything that they could have learned? And the reality of our classrooms is that we build our classrooms to be a 3-year cycle, at least. And some children get the benefit of being there even a 4th year if they started at 2.5 or just 3 and their birthdays fall on the wrong side of a cutoff date. They can have an additional experience there. That kindergarten year, what we see in our students is that they have built up so much knowledge in each year that they're in the classroom, but that kindergarten year is when they put it all together. It's when it all clicks in. And so you have a child who has, a great example is the pink tower. It's a very standard Montessori material that you would find in any Montessori classroom. And a 3-year-old is just drawn to this pink tower. It calls to them from across the room. And so they work with it, they figure it out, they have a presentation from the teacher of how to build it from largest to smallest. They carry each piece across the room. And the 4- and 5-year-olds will come back and they'll do new experiences with these materials. But you'll see this oldest child who's in the classroom now, and they'll all of a sudden have this aha moment. We have, some of our classrooms here have wooden mathematical materials. So you have, a unit is represented by 1 centimeter cubed. You'll see a child from that class holding the 1 centimeter cubed, and all of a sudden the light bulb goes off, and you can almost literally see it over their heads, because they stand up and they run across the room to find that smallest cube on the pink tower. And that's the aha for them. They've made this connection with the material that they've been growing up with within the classroom context. They're now putting it all together. Oh, the smallest pink cube, and they come excited to the teacher. Miss Sue, did you know that the smallest pink cube is the same size as the 1 unit cube? And of course, Miss, my gosh, how did you figure that out? It's always a new discovery. But it really is this time for children to bring together all the different parts of their development and have that great benefit of being the oldest children in the class, of being the true leaders of the class. We see by the end of the kindergarten year, we don't make too big a deal out of it being that for the children until the very end of the spring semester. And at that point, you'll see these oldest children very naturally start, we have circle time in our classrooms, and they'll start leading songs on circle time. We'll have some children who will start leading circle time. They'll look at the teacher will nod, and they'll ring the bell, they'll call children to the circle, and they can lead the whole experience because this is so comfortable for them. Imagine the leadership and the confidence and the self-esteem that's building out of that experience, that I can do this. And children will follow me in such a positive way and learn something from this wisdom. You'll have older children who are invited to help a younger child with something that they've done many times. But I always liken it to the experience that I had in college when I was a peer tutor. I had a few subjects that I did really well in. And because I did well, I was invited to become a peer tutor. I find that even to this day, those are the subjects that I still remember the content the best, because it wasn't just about remembering what I needed to pass the test. It was really having to reinterpret what I already knew for someone else who wasn't understanding it the same way and with the same ease that I had already done. I had mastered it, and I had to reinterpret it to someone who was still at that beginning stage. You can see the same kinds of learning experiences happening for these older children as they get the chance to be mentors and guides for the younger children in the classroom. It's learning on a totally different level, academic still, and still showing academic gains, but really on that social, emotional, and human level, that I can make a difference in someone else's life. Really, you can see that pride coming through in the children as they go through their school experience.